Pat, congratulations, my friend.
Hey, thank you very much.
I know that the city means a lot to you. So tell me what this weekend meant going into the Hall of Fame.
Well, it kind of completes the Dome Patrol, so to speak. But, it means a lot because I live here. I raised my family here. Guys, I looked up, and as I was thinking about writing my speech, I've been here 33 years. So,
Wow.
we've been through a lot here in Louisiana, but this is home. And to be inducted in what I consider part of my hometown, it's just wonderful. It was a great weekend. I really enjoyed it. And, I love New Orleans and Louisiana.
Who gets credit for the creative on the Dome Patrol picture? Because that still lives, man. That is a great sports picture.
I tell you, it really is. Sam Mills was the guy kind of behind it. A guy called him, and it just kind of grew, and we all bought into it, and we did it. And I tell you what, I still have people either write me or ask me for those posters.
Wow. I want one. I want one right now.
I mean, you can. It's like $250 on eBay. I mean, like you can't.
Is it really?
You can't just go snag one, man.
It's
I mean,
$250 on eBay.
It's one of those pieces of sports memorabilia that is. It's a collector's item. Did you guys know at the time, Pat, how good you were, or how you guys kind of transformed the group of linebacking? Did you guys know what you guys were doing at the time?
Well, you know what? We just really wanted to play the game at a high level, and also, most people don't realize this. We were very competitive. I mean, you had me and Ricky on the outside trying to get every sack, hit every quarterback, and Vaughn and Sam was competitive inside making tackles. And every week we had our little thing going between each other, and we just wanted to play the game at a high level and be great on defense, and we pride ourselves on that. And I often say this, guys, it wasn't just us. We had Jim Wilkes, Brett Maxey, Frank Warren. It goes on and on. Other players who did their jobs, and they had a great defense during that time.
Talking to Saints legend Pat Swilling, now in the New Orleans Sports Hall of Fame, here on Off the Bench, 104.500 with the 94.7 ESPN. Pat, you played with my father, Bobby Hebert, back in the day. Y'all, it looked like arrived in New Orleans pretty much the same time. Did you have any trouble understanding him when you first got on the team?
Most of the time. But you know what, man? I tell you what, of all the memories and with Bobby and all the guys, we all had a bond. Guys, it was a little different, I think, than the game is today. We cared a lot about each other. We spent time together. We joked. And, I remember when Bobby got his tooth knocked out. I think we were in Pittsburgh or somewhere, man. Well, we laughed all the way home. But, we loved Bobby. And, guys, there's still a genuine bond between all of us, from Morton Anderson to Ricky to Vaughn, Bobby, all of us. I mean, it's just best, but there was just a love because I think we shared something that was unique here in New Orleans, being the first team to kind of turn it around and get this thing started.
Yeah, and look, and I think, like, for all the success of recent times, a lot of people, like you said, kind of point to y'all as the guys that show what could be here in New Orleans. And so let's talk about this recent team then, Pat, because they were in action on Friday, first preseason game. You obviously view these games with, I think, a lot more insight than all of us do. Like, what stood out to you? How many judgments are you making from a first preseason game?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, not much at all. Other than the only thing you can take away from that game is that Bridgewater played really well, and that's what I wanted to see. Hey, guys, the rest of it, I'm just being honest with you, it's preseason. Those guys, the young kids are trying to do well and get a spot. The older guys, they're trying to get through it. I think this team will get better. They will play better in the next 2 to 3 games. It's just like last year. Same game last year. They played terrible. Everybody was concerned, and that defense came around. Look, I think they're going to be fine, guys. I don't have any concerns at all. I'm just being honest with you.
At Pat Swilling 56 is where you follow him on Twitter. The New Orleans Saints great and inducted to the New Orleans Sports Hall of Fame over the weekend. Pat Swilling joining us here on OTB. When I was growing up, you guys were running the Dome. You guys were the reason that we were Saints fans. And now to see the success that the Saints franchise is having, how gratifying is it for somebody like you who put blood, sweat, and tears into that franchise? And how prideful, I guess, is it watching the success that they're having now?
It's just wonderful. It's wonderful to know that the Saints are in the top 3 to 5 teams in the league. And we got it started. But, the players they have now with Drew's done a wonderful job, and the ambassador for the team. It's just good to see how far this this whole team and how far this thing's gone. And I'll say something to Mrs. Benson. Is doing a wonderful job of reaching out to the legends and making us feel a part of it. And you know, guys, that's all the old guys want, is to still feel a little part. And she's doing a wonderful job. But, you know, it's really great to know that that the Saints have come that way, from the bags to being contenders almost every year.
And Pat, so the preseason, like you said, right? You're not gonna take away a ton from week one. So just when you look forward to the regular season and you look at this defense, it seems like most years how good the Saints defense is what determines how good the team will eventually be. What do you see out of this year's defensive group?
Well, you know, once they get Cam Jordan out there, because I'm going to tell you, he's the catalyst guy to make this thing go. I think all of us are looking forward to Davenport coming around. But you're right, guys. I really believe these days we win with defense. And last year, we won 13 games only because I think our defense played well.
Yeah.
And if they can continue to mature, continue to get better, you know, right now we have some good defensive backs. Now, look, I know they played terrible the other night. They didn't play well at all. But, you know, there's a lot of competition back there. You know, we got a couple of young guys back there that's going to be pretty good. So, you know, I think this defense is going to come around, and I think they're really going to be pretty good this year. Hopefully top 15, top 10. And I'll say this, if we can crack in that top 15, top 10, we got a chance to get back, you know, for that 10-year anniversary of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And if they're going to do that, man, you mentioned Cam Jordan. I think definitely locally people get his value, but do you think, like, is he a bit underrated nationally when guys talk about the dominant edge defenders in the league?
Well, I think he is, based on him being the left side DN, which is mostly a base end, but you know, this guy plays like a right defensive end. He gets to the quarterback, he rushes the quarterback, he makes plays. You know, I think he's a little underrated, but I think around the country when they're getting ready to play people, first thing you better figure out is where's Cam Jordan? What are they doing with him? Because he's the guy you have to stop, and that's why it's so important that Davenport comes around, because you need that right end to put more pressure, and that only makes Cam Jordan better.
7 seasons with New Orleans, third all-time in sacks, with 76.5 during those times, during those dates from 86 to 92. Saints regularly now within the conference have to prepare for quarterbacks like Matt Ryan and Cam Newton. What was it like back in your day reporting or getting ready for Joe Montana and those wars that you had with the 49ers?
Exactly, man. And I think about all the great quarterbacks back in the day. I mean, we're talking about passers that threw the ball. You know, things changed a little bit how the schemes and everything. But hey, man, we fought every week with Joe Montana and all those guys, man. And NFC West was tough. It was just tough, you know. And Roger Craig, and it goes on and on. All the players they had, and you know, it was just a tough time. And had we been in any other division, guys, we probably would have had a couple rings on these fingers. But we just wound up in a great division with Joe Montana and those guys who were really, really good. But you know, it was fun to play with some of the best players of all time, and you know, we really enjoyed it. And I tell you what, guys, we competed with those guys
for sure. And to hear Rice and John Taylor and Roger Craig and Joe Montana and Steve Young talk about you guys, specifically the Dome Patrol, and preparing for you, gives you an idea just how great you guys were at that time. All right, they drafted you out of Georgia Tech. And like we said, you played 7 seasons. Now you've got 2 of your boys on the Ramblin' Wreck. Trey had a breakout season last year. By all accounts, it looks like Bruce Jordan is ready to bust out at linebacker this season. What's it like being a football dad?
You know, guys, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It brings a smile to my face. It's kind of indescribable, and when you go to a game and you look down there and you see your boys out there, and now Bruce is starting and has really transformed his body and is ready to have a great year. And you know, Trey is really coming around. It's just exciting, and it's one of those things, guys. It's kind of a dream come true. You just never think your kids are going to be at your alma mater, or your kids are going to be big and old enough to go play football. But they're doing really well, and I'm more excited about their school because they're doing good in school. Trey has a 3.8, Bruce has a 3.1. They're doing engineering, you know. And me and my wife really, you know, the Brother Martin education has paid off for those guys. They work hard on the field and off the field, and that's all we can ask for as parents.
I mean,
Pat,
Georgia Tech engineering degree and
on the
playing
field balling.
football. Let's go,
Pat. You're a great representative.
Job.
You're a great representative for the state of Louisiana and the city of New Orleans. Congratulations on your induction this weekend to the Greater New Orleans Sports Hall of Fame, and thank you for the time this morning.
All right, thank you, guys.
You got it. There he is, former New Orleans Saints legend.